Hello, my name is Maria, and today we are going to be tapping on overwhelm. So we'll just dive straight on into it. Don't worry if you've never tapped before, I will guide you through it. But I like to always start with a moment in stillness. So close your eyes. Feel whatever you're sitting on, whether that's the floor or the chair. Maybe plant your feet firmly on the ground if they're not touching the ground, just something to anchor you down. Feel that there is surface beneath you. And just take a deep breath in through the nose and let it go out through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in and let it go with some sound this time. And just take a moment now to feel where in your body this overwhelm is. If you can even sense that. Maybe the mind is so busy that you're like, Maria, I don't even know. I'm just overwhelmed. But just see if you can, for this brief moment, notice anything and get curious rather than judgmental. Just observe. It's just information. Just taking stock of where you're at right now. And then when you feel ready, open the eyes, come back. And we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand, just like this. And you're just going to repeat after me. Fuck, I am so overwhelmed. I'm feeling like crippling overwhelm, and it's transformed into anxiety. And I honestly don't feel like I can hold it in my body. It all feels like just too much. And I'm just one little human on planet Earth trying to make ends meet, trying to build a life that feels good, or maybe just trying to get through the day. And I'm just fucking overwhelmed. And when I feel this way, it's like I have those blinders on that those horses in Central Park have. And my focus is completely narrowed. And when I'm in this state as a result, I just spiral. It feels impossible to imagine not being overwhelmed. Or maybe the only thing I can imagine is being numb. Maybe I am on that pendulum swinging from overwhelm to complete dissociation. However, this overwhelm is showing up for me and manifesting in my body and my mind. In this moment right now, I choose to take a deep breath in. Let's do it together. Let it out through the mouth. I choose to love and accept and forgive myself. And maybe even saying those 3 intentions out loud feels too difficult. And if that's the case, I'm going to choose to be open to the possibility that I can love, accept, and forgive myself for being overwhelmed. Because overwhelm is a very natural reaction to living in late-stage capitalism. So maybe I could show myself a little more compassion. Maybe I could give myself a little more credit. And maybe I could just acknowledge that I am fucking human. And part of the human experience is to be overwhelmed. And even though I really don't like it, I choose to acknowledge that this is my reality right now. And I choose to be open to the possibility that I can shift some of this resistance, shift some of this self-judgment, and perhaps in the process, ease some of this overwhelm. Because I am worthy of a moment of self-care. I am worthy of putting myself first, despite the perceived urgency around me. And I put on this tapping video to do exactly that. All right, take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, let it go. Close the eyes for a moment, just notice how you feel. That was the setup. Notice if anything shifted or if anything else came up. We're gonna do a full round now, so you're just gonna tap along on the different points, and if there's any points that you can't reach, don't worry, you can just tap twice on another point. The most important thing is that you just tap where you can reach and follow along after me. All right, so starting on the top of the head, I feel so insanely overwhelmed. It feels like I have a million things on my to-do list, and either not enough hours in the day or not enough energy or motivation or dopamine to complete it. Or maybe both, because lucky me. I really don't like feeling overwhelmed. It is paralyzing. And it triggers my inner bitch. She loves to come out when I'm overwhelmed. Or he or they. And she says all kinds of things. Insert your correct pronoun here. Maybe she says you're not good enough. Maybe she says you should be doing better. Maybe she says you should be doing more. Or maybe she just flat out says you shouldn't be overwhelmed. Maybe she's just going straight for the sucker punch and going, you shouldn't be struggling so much. Like, pull yourself together. And when I hear those words out loud, I realize just how mean she is. Like, would I speak this way to my best friend or my child or someone I love? Fuck no. So why do I speak to myself this way? It definitely doesn't make me feel better. And if it were to help with the overwhelm, it would have done so already. And I'm sitting here tapping like a weirdo, so clearly my inner bitch is not helping with my overwhelm. So I am going to let her pass the mic. Or maybe I need to just grab it by force. Let her have her mic drop moment of fine and let her roll her eyes. But I'm choosing to grab her microphone and go stop. this is not helping. I know you're just trying to help, and I thank you for your kind intentions. But girl, I'm done with you. I am going to speak more lovingly to myself now. Because even though I feel overwhelmed, even though I feel like everything is so urgent and I can't even sit here and tap, maybe sitting here and tapping is stressing me the fuck out, I still choose to deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Or at the very least, give it a try. Because I literally have nothing to lose. And apparently, when you tap, like so, even if everything this random girl on the internet is saying to me doesn't resonate, the science has proven that it will still lower my cortisol levels. It will still give me stress relief. It will still calm down my amygdala, the fight, flight, survival center of the brain. So, absolute worst case scenario, I'm lowering my stress levels right now. And maybe I can even feel that happening already. Maybe I feel a little more present. Maybe I can take a moment to feel the earth or the chair beneath me. Maybe even look around the room and notice that perhaps my vision has widened. Those little horse flaps have come off. And I'm seeing that the overwhelm, although it feels very, very real, is lying to me. It is creating an illusion that I'm not safe. But the truth is that right now in this moment, I am safe. Regardless of how urgent that email or that to-do list may seem, I am not being chased by a lion right now. And maybe I can choose to let go of the idea that someone else's emergency, or rather, someone else's urgency is my emergency. Maybe I could adopt the belief that whenever I feel overwhelmed, attending to that overwhelm, interrupting it, loving myself through it, that is my emergency. And what if I could even take it a step further and believe that the more overwhelmed I feel, the more deserving I am of love. Because maybe you're like me and you picked up this idea somewhere that you only deserve love when you are your best self or your favorite self, or insert whatever other conditions here. When you're palatable, let's say. When truthfully, isn't it when you're struggling that you need love the most? And is it not when you're struggling that you need, or that love has the biggest impact? Perhaps it's easier to receive when you feel at your best. But let's get real. You need it the most when you're feeling at your worst. So let's take a moment now to clear this idea that you don't deserve a break and love and self-care. Let's clear this idea that everything must be attended to immediately at the expense of yourself. Because who are you kidding? That's a road paved with certainty of burnout. And when you're burnt out, you're not able to help anyone, let alone complete your daily tasks at work or whatever it is that's overwhelming you. So what if, again, this overwhelm is really just the body telling you to stop? It's your body speaking to you. It's your body going, hey, hold up. I am freaking the fuck out right now. Please help me regulate. Please love me and give me a break from the stimulus. I'm gonna give myself permission to respond with love to the overwhelm. And tap it out. And even if I don't have time to complete or do a whole tapping video, or even to go for a walk, although strongly recommend mental health walk, I will, at the very least, when I notice I'm overwhelmed, pause what I'm doing, close my eyes, feel the seat beneath me, and take a deep fucking breath. And then maybe in that moment, I can choose to do something to shift my energy. Maybe I just tap on a random point that I remember. Maybe I actually go for that walk. The most important thing is that I stop and I interrupt the spiral. Without any judgment. The pause is the compassion. I think I can commit to doing that. But while we're at it, I'm gonna give myself permission to tap away any lingering overwhelm. Tap it away and release it at a cellular level. And release it from my mind, body, and spirit. Any amount that my body is ready to release. And I'm gonna choose to love, accept, and forgive myself. I am safe. And I am worthy of taking a break and meeting my needs. And so it is. Okay, take another deep breath in, hold it at the top, and let it go. I hope you found this helpful. I hope it eased the overwhelm. If you feel like you need another round, you can always repeat this video or maybe find one of my other ones and do that instead. If you found it helpful, I'd love to hear from you, so comment below if you wanna stay in touch or just be notified when there are new tapping videos on my channel. Then go ahead and subscribe, and you know all the other cool lingo things to do here on YouTube. Smash the like button. I always feel so self-conscious when I say that. And share it. But most importantly, take care of yourself. Give yourself the break. You are worthy. Their urgency is not your emergency. No, I can never get that right. Anyway, I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you love on yourself for the rest of the day.